All right, well, moving on now. Wednesdays here on the program, we like to put the spotlight on the farm women's group, Common Ground.
Common Ground is a group of farm women who want to be a resource for consumers who want to know more about how their food is grown. Joining us today is Melisa Konecky from the Wahoo area. Nice to see you.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Yeah, good morning.
How's everything in Wahoo?
Good. It's starting to get hot.
Yeah, it
so,
is.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's here, ready or not.
Yes.
You know, we were just thinking back to April and how cool and damp it was, and then here we go.
Yeah, I know it.
Summertime already. So you have a background in dairy.
I do.
Okay, and so Dairy Month is just around the corner. We want to understand milk labels a little bit better, so what should consumers know?
So the milk label is actually a pretty scary thing when you look at it and you don't know what it is you're seeing. There's words and all these promises and you don't even really know. So one of the things that even the most basic thing that people don't understand is what the percentage means on the milk. So what is 1%? What is 2%? What is skim? That percentage just means that's the percent of fat that is in that milk. What percentage of that entire jar is naturally occurring fat? And what also people don't understand is that whole milk is only 3.25%. So a lot of people think it's 100% fat. Nope, it's only 3%. They're worried that it's going to make them gain a bunch of weight. It's not.
Yeah. Well, I grew up drinking probably whole and 2%, didn't you? Or
No,
did you do
we
skim?
did skim.
Oh, they
always.
did skim.
Yeah.
And I think there's a perception there that parents need to give their kids skim maybe if they think their kids are a little bit overweight.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily true either, is it?
No, they say whole milk will make you feel fuller, and it's also known to show, they've done a lot of research, it says if you're trying to lose weight, whole milk actually can be very beneficial for you. So it's not quite, I mean, everybody pick your own. If you like 2%, great.
Right.
But don't be afraid of the whole milk just because you think that it's, not going to be good for you or full of fat.
We have a label here actually of 1% milk that you wanted to talk about, and it does show a lot of pretty good nutrition in it.
Yeah. So milk has 9 essential vitamins and nutrients that it basically is like the perfect food because there's no other food you can have that has the high percentage of those. Protein, calcium, all that good stuff that's naturally occurring like that. So
Milk it's good for kids and adults because women, of course, need calcium.
Right.
This is a good source of that.
We're seeing some pictures of your dairy operation.
The hardworking ladies of Beauty View Farm, yes.
And while we look at these pictures, what is the main message here for consumers that maybe you want to get across? Is it that skim milk is just as nutritious as 1%, 2% whole? That you don't have to be afraid of some of these different kinds of milks?
Yeah, so I think people, you try to do research on things, but between Netflix and Google and all the things that are out there giving you this information, it's really hard. I think really what I want is for people to, if they have a question about milk or dairy, to call somebody that's involved in the industry. Like, even if it's an organic farmer, even if it's, whatever, call somebody that's involved. Don't just get your information from Google and Netflix. If you have questions, I'm more than happy to answer any questions to the best of my ability. And if I don't know the answer, I'll find you the answer.
That's really helpful, especially for parents out there who are trying to figure out what kind of milk to give their kids.
Yeah, and I used to be afraid a little bit of 1%. But now we've kind of switched to 1%, and I don't notice any difference, and it's just as good. So.
Yeah,
right.
Interesting.
All right, Melisa, thank you.
Thanks for being here. Yeah.
Yes.
And she's got a recipe too.
You're going to be back later, which is
stick around
great
for
news
that.
too. All right.